orthothoracic surgery. This concludes our structured anatomy review. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this lecture helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future lessons. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next session.